cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Check, check. Well, I hope you guys can hear me. Welcome aboard Arabian Air, or Air Arabia Flight 103. We'll shortly be departing Sharjah International Airport in Dubai for Bahrain International Airport. Check out that cool moon. We'll be doing an intersection departure via Bravo 14, which will be the next left. This will, or should be the next left. This will shorten the time that it should take us to get to the runway. That said, let's start configuring the aircraft for departure here. Get the radars going here. Okay, that's good. And get the landing lights ready. Let's get the strobes going here. Sharjah traffic, Arabian 103 lining up departing runway 30. Sharjah traffic. Okay. This should be the taxiway that we look. It looks like it. A little unclear. Let's just zoom in a bit. Yeah, Bravo 14. There she is. No one else around here, so we should be free to do what we like. Let's just get the takeoff config check done here quickly. That's normal. But yeah, my controls are a little bit configured a little differently today, so I'm struggling to get my bearings. Got this massive force feedback stick between me and the tiller that I'm using to taxi on the ground here, so excuse the jarriness when it comes to changing views and things. Let's go ahead and turn on the rest of our lights here. Let everyone know in the back we are committed to the takeoff now. Make sure I'm not leaving anything out. So we've done the transponders, the weather radar. We have calculated our departure from this, or for this intersection. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. Nope, doesn't look like it, just the rudder trim, which is 0. Flaps 1 plus F is set. We can confirm this is going. Runway 30. Before I forget, let's get the stopwatch going here. Let's turn on our Alright, let's bring ourselves to a stop here. I think those are actually literally 50%. Wait for the engines to catch up. There they are. Looking stable. I hope this is the right setting for the engines. The throttles, can't really see. Yeah, I'm picking up some ground rumbling, which is cool from the stick. Very subtle though. 100 knots. It's cool. Rotate. Moza ray, gear up. Oh, that's so cool. That feels really good. Yeah, we're gonna override any altitude restrictions now. Let's bring this guy down to climb. Climb power set. Let's just get the lights on here so I can see what I'm doing on the inside. It's a little bit dark. Should be maybe that's why I'm struggling. I also want to still be able to see out. So we got someone there. I don't know if you guys could hear the air traffic control. Not air traffic control, the radio frequency. We've got a bunch of aircraft out here right now. Dubai traffic, Arabia 103 off of Sharjah, runway 30. Continue climb, flight level 260. Last call, Sharjah traffic. Okay, flaps up. You can actually feel the vibrations of the flaps coming up and the gear. I mean, in reality, obviously you probably wouldn't feel that in an Airbus side stick, but I mean, you've got the heard someone get dinged by an air traffic controller. Oh no, probably talking to each other. Right after takeoff checks, just mentally gear up, flap 0, we disarm the spoilers, automatically the brakes get disarmed. We'll stay on 1002 for now. We can go and TARA now for the transponder. Make sure I didn't accidentally, oh, that's good. We'll continue following the SID here just to help with separation, but I think everyone is now behind me. So there's going to be a lot of chatter on the frequency because there's, as I pointed out, quite a few aircraft in the area. Most of them, if not all, are trying to land at Dubai International, which is over there. So they need to coordinate amongst themselves until an actual air traffic controller logs on. They'll need to be coordinating amongst themselves to make sure that they don't crash into each other. It's nighttime, so let's just dim the displays here a little bit. They don't need to be so bright. That's not good. Oh, you know what? In my rush, I did not put in any... I didn't put the full flight plan in. Lol. in my defense, as usual, it was not my intent to, or intention to do any streaming tonight, but I thought last minute, why not? So setting up the streaming software distracted me. So yeah, let's see if we can get this to work. 369er. Ormid. Just gonna insert that before we reach, just in case we reach Apex before I finish inserting the airways here. Should be above 10,000. We just reached above 10,000. There's someone right here in front of us, but we're higher than them, so it's fine. Landing lights, all the other lights that we don't need can come off. Everything else looks good. It looks like he's going to pass underneath us. Why don't we see him on our TCAS? He's quite far below us. He's very low. He's like 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet above sea level. Why is he so low? Very strange. Alright, continuing on here. From Ormid, we're going to go along Y856. I'm actually feeling the turbulence through the stick, which is cool. I'll put the seatbelt signs back on. And airways Y856 to Ordig. Let's see if the rest of the flight plan actually loaded in. Is that going to work? The final point is, just want to make sure, because we're putting things out of, we're loading the flight plan not in the way that we normally would. So it's Ordig, low vac, yeah, it seems to work. LREP before that, yeah, okay, that seems fine. So that's good. Turn up the turbulence effects a little bit. That's what it feels like. Oh, now that's a lot more noticeable, yeah. That's cool. I don't want to overdo it. The thing is, I know that, like, you're not going to get force feedback through an Airbus stick, but oh, that looks cool. Why they make the inside so bright? Down to like 25%. There we go. Oh, that looks so cool. I don't think I need this light on anymore, right? I think we're good. Alright, so if I can come down on the intensity of that light. There. So, I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, so you're not going to feel a crazy amount of turbulence through a side stick or any other kind of forces really, but you know, because we're lacking the physical sensation of sitting inside the aircraft, I feel like to compensate for that, it's excusable or should be allowable to put some force feedback into the side stick, even if it is that we're flying an Airbus. You still want to be able to feel the thud of the wheels as they hit the tarmac during landing. You want to get some stick shake as you barrel down the runway, that sort of thing. So yeah, just finely tune it here, gear motion, all that stuff. It feels really good. I was really pleased with that. All right, over flight level 200. We're going to level off at 260. Continue climbing. Everything else is looking good. The passengers should be happy with the temperature. It's sort of in the mid-20s. And the pressurization, 6.3, cabin up 3.5. Looks like that's where it's going to stay. Let's get the VOR needles onto the ND here so we can see what the automation is up to. Let's get the terrain mode on here as well, so it just helps with our situational awareness. Right, and that's what I mean. Like now I don't actually feel any crazy turbulence, so we can go ahead and turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. We actually do have passengers. It's just when the door is closed, just to save on the frame rate, the performance, it gets rid of the passenger 3D models. Now that I've opened them up, we should see the passengers here in the back pop into existence. They're actually quite full tonight. Actually look substantially full. Keyboard's also in a different position. Yeah, we're pretty full. I don't think there's only one seat there that I can really see that doesn't have anyone in it. Nice and full. I like the Air Arabia interior. That's pretty cool. Nicely done. Got the flight attendants doing their thing over there. Where's the door handle? No one is allowed to see inside. If I have any say. Where is... Ah, there it is. 2,000 feet to go. There is only air traffic controller at Doha Airport. So yeah, we're gonna modify the flight plan. I just want to go Ordig direct to Rigag. So it's only like a couple of points that I need to delete, so we can just go manually delete them one by one here. Ordig. Want to go to Rigag direct. See what modification looks like here. Instead of doing this dog leg, we're just going to go straight to, or this S-turn rather, we're just going to go straight from Ordig to Rigag. Confirm that. Boom. Looks a lot better. If we do happen to get air traffic control logging on for Bahrain, we'll have to make sure we change that back. I'm going to step away for a few minutes to get myself something to drink. I'll leave you here in the cockpit until my return. BRB. Okay. That's Dubai out there behind us, or probably more likely Abu Dhabi. The lights in the distance would be the Qatari mainland, and I think that would be Bahrain just beyond the northern tip of Qatar. As you can see, we're reaching the halfway point. I don't know why this thing calculated such a slow speed for us for cruise. Let's fix that. What's the cost index of 100 going to give us? 340 or 0.79. I think something around 320 is much more respectable. Don't be too close to the barber pole in case we get some turbulence. Yeah, we're a bit close, but I'd say that's okay. Let's aim for maybe just a little bit less. Let's go for 80. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. That's better. The cost index at 80 gives us a nice comfortable cruise speed there. Although, yeah, ground speed's already 450, so that's pretty decent. So yeah, we might as well start preparing for our arrival. It's a short flight. Jump back to the Atsu page. Grab the METAR for OBBI. Might as well get the TAF just to get an idea of what the weather will be like in the near future. So, let's pop in the arrival information while we're here. QNH 1000, temperature 35. The winds are 110 at 11. I'm going to bump that up to 140, just because. And we're going to be landing on 12 left, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just check the chart here to see what hour. Might as well do it so you can see what I'm doing. Might as well do it on here, on the tablet itself. That's what I like about this thing. You know, Fenix thought of everything. Seriously. It even automatically stars the relevant charts for you. So we won't need to do Cat 2. We are category C, so that would be 250 barometric. So 250 into the baro box. Landing config's going to be full flaps. And that's it. Weather in the near future is mostly unchanged. .471 with the headwind. We're doing 480. That's great. I'm used to this little guy flying so... Ooh, that's the other thing I want to try. Man, I keep forgetting how to do it. I have crib notes here on my tablet. Let's see if I can find them. We have a company message. Sorry to say that I have a delay. Oh, no delay. We were off on time. That's great. Let's see. I want to add, let's see if I can remember. I think it's not too bad. I think, actually, wait, I think I can remember how to do it. Let's go back into the thing here. So, essentially, we can target about, we can target this waypoint. This is already inputted or part of the approach plate. CI 12 left, right? Yeah. So we can use that as our turn onto final, I believe. Should give us enough distance to stabilize. So we want something, I don't know if it's going to allow me to do it. Can I get a bearing off of this guy at about, I think it's 5 miles, or I think it might work. Let's see. So if we go in here, I think it's maybe 3 miles. A new waypoint. Let's put in custom 01. CI 12 left. CI 12 left. That's the place. That'll be this guy that's closest to us. I mean, format error. I'm choosing. Why is that a format error? Alright, maybe if we build one off of... Let's get rid of... Can I get rid of it? Yeah. Alras. You know what? Going from Alras direct to that point is actually good enough. So if we actually just check, that seems like a decent enough base leg to me. I mean, it's not great. Maybe if we build something off of Alras. So Alras is basically downwind, right? So if we take the runway heading of the opposite runway, which is going to be 300-ish. Oh, it's actually exactly 300. Let's try Alras. So let's go Alras. As our place. What is the issue here? Al Ras. Did I not spell it correctly? What's the issue here? Everything is format error. Stop being such a twat. Alras, new waypoint. Custom 01. Okay. Alras. My goodness, that is so frustrating. Alright, so it doesn't like us building off of a pre-existing stuff. So let's go with... Can I, actually? Let's see. Okay, wait. So, according to the chart, I should probably start descending soon, right? Getting close. So, according to the chart, that's what? If I'm not mistaken, it's probably around 10 miles. So... Let's do 13 miles. So let's go BHR. Okay, this is starting to piss me off. Now it's just not working at all. Yeah, it's just decided it's just decided to stop working now. BHR, can I do it like this? BHR, bearing, the distance and bearing. My goodness. All right. We have no choice but to do this. We'll just manually vector ourselves. There's Qatar. You can see that's how we're going to fly, more or less. Seems like it's good. He wants to nosedive again. So as always, the goal, generally speaking, is to perform as much of your descent with an idle power setting, so you minimize the amount of fuel we use during this phase of flight. Generally, the flight computer does a good job of it. But I feel like in Flight Simulator, overall, either I don't know if it's because I'm programming it incorrectly or it's just limitation of the sim, but it just feels like it just doesn't do, again, generally speaking, doesn't seem to do a good job of it. Right, so the arrival information has been inserted into the flight management system. The aircraft, as you can see, is aware that we are planning to land on runway 12 left using the ILS approach. Interesting that the wind is basically blowing currently in favor of the opposing runway, or the opposite runway, which is to say that theoretically it means that the wind is going to be blowing in the opposite direction once we get to the lower altitudes, which I find interesting. Let's just go straight to LRAG. Cut out the middleman. Oh, LRAS. Have I been typing this thing incorrectly in this whole time? I don't believe it. LRAS, right? Just doesn't want to take it. It has worked before. I've been able to, I think the last couple of times I flew here, I constructed or inserted custom waypoints and it worked. So I don't know why it's not working this time. We're getting quite close to the airport, so let's just see. Where are we now? We are basically northeast of the field here. 20 miles. Bahrain traffic, Arabia 103 is 20 miles northeast of the field, descending through flight level 130 for the ILS approach runway 12 left. Bahrain traffic. Right, we're crossing the transition level, if I'm not mistaken, so we'll push that in and set it to 1001. Oh, sorry, 1000 was. We'll get an updated one just before we land. Now there's the airport. Basically just going to make one big U-turn and land on runway 12 left. We are doing a high-speed approach. Generally speaking, you'd want to be below 250 knots when you descend past or below 10,000 feet. Ain't nobody got time for that tonight, so we're just going to continue at this relatively high speed. But we are getting actually really high. We're fast and high, which is not where you want to be. Starting to feel some turbulence here on the stick. Let's get the, or anyways, below 10,000 feet, so let's get them to fasten their seatbelts again. not going to be able to make these sharp turns at the speed that we're flying at, so we're going to just turn to 300 for a downwind leg.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for landing.
Copy. Thanks for that. I'll make a turn into base leg here. Slow it down our descent rate. Bahrain traffic, Arabia 103, turning into a left base for the Al Expressway, 12 left, Bahrain. Alright, we can allow the aircraft to level off here at 4,000 feet and to slow down. Approach is to be, the glide slope is to be captured at the low altitude of 1,500 feet. Alright, we're going to need to use some speed brake action here. Bring the speed brake out. Flaps on top of the wings. We should have turned on our landing lights long ago. Alright. Flaps can come up. I mean, the spoilers can be retracted. Let's get ourselves down to 1,500 feet here. We're going to struggle. So 20 plus 30 is 150. Is it too late? Let's see. I think we're okay. Alright, we can go ahead and bring down first notch of flaps, if I'm not mistaken. Arm the speed brakes. We're going to go with low brakes on the auto brakes. I think we're good. Oh, perfectly good actually. Let's level off at 2,000 feet. Increase this descent rate a little bit. Actually, no. Let's continue down to 1.5. Glide slope's catching up to us here. Ooh, I don't know if we're going to make it. This approach is just a straight out climb, so we're going to do that.
500.
Should be capturing the localizer soon. There it is, localizer captured. Climbing. Struggling to slow down here. Just like that air crash investigations on YouTube. Alright, well anyways, we're level at 1.5, just in time. We should be slowing down. I don't know why we're not slowing down yet. Like, aggressively slowing down. When can I bring the wheels down? under 220 we can retract them, so let's bring them down now. Or wait, shall we hold off? Let's hold off a little bit. Let's wait till about 200 knots. No, we're getting there, we're getting there. 1 plus F can come down at 215. There's a glide slope. Let's drop the wheels. Let's get the next bit of flaps down. Just made the speed limits. Come on, there we go. Ooh, the vibration of the stick. Are we... Hopefully, yeah, the approach has been armed. Automatically. Laps 3 can come down below 185, which is already the time. We're still really... Bahrain traffic, Arabia 103, establish ILS, runway 12 left, 5 miles to go, Bahrain. Alright, we got some wind here, some wind action. It's actually quite windy. Just waiting for that last bit of flaps. Let's bring them down now. We're within the speed limits. Last bit of flaps down. Landing checklist is complete. Just in time. We got a nice crosswind from the right here. 1000. We are stable. On speed, on the glide, on the localizer. Let's hope I can land this thing without making myself look like a tool, because this is a brand new flight stick that I'm playing with here, or flying with tonight. So let's see how it goes as we disconnect the autopilot. I didn't map the autopilot switch yet. Autopilot disconnect switch yet. So strange compared to the standard spring joystick, and already we're drifting below the glide slope here.
500.
Still within 1 dot. Correcting. There we go. 2 whites, 2 reds again. Keep it on the flight director.
400.
Looking at the lights. We have a visual of the runway. Try and aim for those lights.
300.
So weird the way this joystick works.
Minimum.
Land. We'll continue. Whatever they say in an Airbus.
200.
Alright, we're continuing. Drifting a bit. Up. Correcting.
100. 50. 40.
Down the end of the
30.
runway. Start to rotate.
Retard.
Come back on the power.
10.
Pump, pump, pump.
5.
Pump. Pump, pump, pump. Pumping the stick. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. I think I was a little bit nose high. Let's do the reverses here. Idle reverse coming in. We can see both reverses and engage both reverses to full. Keep ourselves in the center line here. $60 knots. Go with manual braking. I want to make this turn off. Coming off the thrust reversers. And we've arrived. Not too shabby. Just made it. A little high, fast throughout that approach, but, well, the initial parts of the approach. Eventually managed to bring the energy levels down to where we were able to start bringing flaps and wheels down, which helped us slow down considerably. There's someone over the airfield now. Clean the aircraft up. Flaps coming up. Spoilers going down. I keep the. This runway's closed, right? Well, why is it still lit? And I keep my strobes on just until we're clear of all of the runways. Someone also on the horizon there at our 1 o'clock. Let's announce ourselves clear of the runways here. Bahrain traffic, Arabia 103. Clear all runways, taxiing to parking, main apron. Bahrain traffic. I believe it's 16. I can't remember where that thing is. We'll pretend the co-pilot is looking it up for us. 16. Show me co-pilot. Ah, it's there. Okay, cool. It'll be a right turn now. Turn off all the other bright lights we don't need. Also need to turn off all the radars and things. Okay, this is 18, so yeah, we're quite close to our parking bay. Alright, so transponder, go to auto, alt off. Alright, we run off the taxiway here. There's 17. I believe it's 16 is my usual parking bay. Let's hope it is. Yeah, it looks like someone's turning on to final now. Yeah, man, don't slow down just yet. Get our track IR on. Track IR on here. So let's run stand 16. I know you should turn your taxiway lights off, but the lighting at this airport is weird. It's pretty dim. So we're gonna keep it on just for now. Just for the parking. Set. And she says we can turn off our engines. Not ready to do that yet. We didn't get the APU started in time. So let's get the APU started while we wait for them to connect the external power. We'll shut down the first engine, number 1. Keep the other one running just to keep the power on, the lights on here. Beautiful. A320 even, right slot. Oopsie. Ah, shit. Wrong camera. Hope it doesn't ruin the flight here. Okay. So, I forgot to reset the drone camera, which is now still in Bahrain. I mean, in Dubai. So when I changed the camera, it glitched the sim. Okay, so we would put in the chocks if we can find them. GPU can come online. The APU is already online here anyway, so it's fine. We can go ahead and cut the engine. Well, let's just connect to the external power while we can. Second engine off. Transponder completely off. Tell everyone that they can stand up. I'll keep the beacon on until that engine spools down fully. Get, yeah, the deboarding stuff ready, I guess. I don't think this is my... Is this my usual gate? I don't think so. I think the scenery glitched out here. My jet bridge is missing. Let's see if it'll work. Beacon can come off. Nah, it's not working. It glitched out. We'll leave it at that. As like I said, the scenery glitched out thanks to that camera swap. Thank you for joining me. If anyone has joined me for the stream tonight, for those that might still in the future. Let's see, what was our landing rate here? 87 feet per minute. That is beautiful. A greaser, although I did float a bit, but I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Good flight overall. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.